Hello and welcome to Briar Rose Cottage. We're talking compost today. Today was supposed to be go clean up the rose bed, lilac bed up front between the two trees. There's Simon. But then I realized I really had no place to put in the other composter because it's still a little too high. Put more stuff because I'm really wanting that to break down. And I did discover that I have to get more water in it. It's not wet enough. A lot of the stuff that was on the top of this one, because this is the one I'm cleaning out, that sat for roughly 2 years, 2 summers. A lot of it was dry material to, it looked like this here, and I have this, and even further down it in, I still have a lot of unbroken stuff. And the ants, oh, you can't really see oh, there's one right there. I disturbed an ant's nest. These little white things are eggs, but you can see, hopefully you can see, there we go. They're very busy, because I disturbed their nest, so I think they think I'm the devil. I'm this demon, and it's Armageddon. Hi, hello Bastion, meow. But I must do that, so I've been taking it from here and putting it over there. You can see from the stain mark and how wet these ones are compared to that one, where roughly this was sitting. I realized after I was doing it, I should have come and did a before, a middle, and an after. So sorry about that. But yes, I'm working on emptying out this composter. Hi, Bastion. And there's Mommy's sexy boy. That's a sexy boy. Yeah. I'm just taking a break at the moment. So yes, get this all cleaned out and leave it piled up here, because basically what I've done is turned it, put all the stuff that was just really not great and started layering upwards to the stuff that was better. The stuff that I don't mind using in the bottom of my flower pots or mixing in my dirt so that it will help nourish the stuff, because as long as with compost, as long as you don't make your dirt too hot, it doesn't kill your plants. If your compost is not ripe enough, then it will compost in your dirt and then it will burn your plants. So it is quite all right to be actually putting stuff directly into the ground, like coffee grounds can immediately go in and enrich the soil of your gardens. Tea bags broken up can do the same thing. Heavier stuff should probably go in a compost. So one of the easiest ways to do compost so that everything gets wet and turned enough is to get one of those drum composters, or make a drum composter, and it'll have a handle on one end, and you turn it because it's on its side, and you give it a couple of turns every day or every couple days or whatever. And what it does is, because it's usually made with a black barrel, is the black absorbs the heat from the sun and basically helps to cook in there. But when you rotate it, it moves everything around, unlike this where everything just kind of keeps getting stacked and stacked and stacked and stacked. And therefore it doesn't get turned. So I think I have to do a little bit more work with my compost to get it so that I get better breaking down all the way through, instead of having, you know, bits and pieces, you know, of large stuff and little stuff, you know, where potentially 4 years might have been better for a whole lot of this stuff to just have left it for 4 years. So that type of thing. I'm loving the day glow. Look at how white. Welcome to Raynaud's disease, Raynaud's syndrome. I found out it's not Raynaud's. It's Raynaud's. It's pronounced Raynaud's, and that's that arthritis that's affecting my circulatory system. So I have even less color in my hands on camera than I do in real life. But they are still quite white, and no color in my fingernails. But yeah, that's the thing. With that arthritis, getting up and moving around seems to be the thing. It's helping to give me migraines, but when I get up and I move around, they lessen. So always doing the do to help myself feel better and accomplish my goals. Okay, so break time's over. Gonna have a little bit more water because it's cool today, but this is heavy work. Same weather as yesterday. Basically, it's a little less sun. But next week is supposed to be back up in temperature, upwards of 25, and sunny, more sunny, with maybe some thunder showers and stuff like that. So anyways, I'll talk at you guys later, and because I gotta get back at it. Okay, so I'm down a little farther, and you can see the further I go down in, the more dirt like it's getting here. In here, that looks to be like a cat food bag there, but here's actual dirt in the bottom here, and then we're getting up here. So if this had been stirred or changed over or been wetter on the top, I'd have had more of this year. So yeah. And yeah, you can even see here how much more broken down the plant material is. Wrappers and things like that right there, not so much. And I knew plastic wasn't going to break down. That's from an avocado bag. Even some paper and stuff was taking some time, even though it's wet, it was damp. So potentially not enough heat and not enough wet to break it down completely like I wanted. So living and learning here at the cottage. Every day is living and learning. Hey, okay, we're back, and I have that all dug out now, and I broke up the bottom a tiny bit and left it loose, and I got all the dirt over here for later garden stuff. You can see by the clods here, that clump there and over there, that it's still very full of clay, and that's why I need all that composty stuff in it, because clay holds water, which is great. It means you don't have to water as much. Your water goes a little bit further, but it compacts, and that can choke roots, and it doesn't have the best nutritional value in it for plants. So it's good to put something in your if you have clay, predominantly clay, materials that help the soil keep from compacting, and whoops, sorry, my hand is shaking. Keep your soil from compacting, and also put nutrients in it as well, and that helps to create a really good biosphere system. Mouth doesn't want to work today. For your garden, because you do want insects in there, and you do, I know weeds are annoying, but you kind of want weeds in there because a lot of weeds are full of nitrogen, and they help put that in the soil. And if it's not in the soil, then it's not in your food. How can your food that you're eating to be healthy have all the minerals and nutrients in it if it's not in the soil? That's kind of like using distilled filtered water for a plant. Yes, it will grow, but is it as healthy and robust as it could be if you gave it some fertilizer and nutrients? The same with your own body. If you don't put it in, you don't have it to use. So there's the PSA announcement for today. Little ramble. So yes, I have all that dirt, and some of it that clay dirt, and some of it does have some nutrients in it because it was on the bottom of all that and leaking in and stuff. And I've got a wheelbarrow over here full of wood chips and grass and stuff I cleaned up from right here, from a project that didn't work. And so now it goes in the bottom of there, and then the next bunch of stuff is the compost from the house to go in there, and then that pile of stuff that I dumped there, and then we can get out front and deal with that so we have some green, and then put the hose on it and soak it all down. So have a little bit more water, have another drink, and get back at it. I allowed myself 2 hours for this little project, and I started about 3:15, I do believe, and it's about 4:45. So yeah, I timed that one right. Okay, here we go. Whoops. Okay, it's probably like about 5:30, going on 6 o'clock. I've had something to eat, and I got my blackberry bubbly and ice. Just having a bit more of a sit. I made myself a sandwich, a meat and cheese with lettuce sandwich. So taking it easy a bit. But now I gotta do the front now that the compost is basically ready to be loaded up with today's yard waste. If I have it in me to do more today, a lot more, there's going to be quite a bit going in there, because there's just so much grass and weeds, as everything has gotten away from me, and because I'm digging and clearing out for new spaces. So I've discovered, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but I have discovered that I am not gardening, I am landscaping. So this project is now being a little bit bigger than the Joyful Little project. I thought it was going to be starting at the beginning of the gardening season way back in May, June. But that's okay. Life is an adventure. So I just got to remember to be kind to myself and a little bit every single day do whatever I can, whether it's in the house or outside, and I'll eventually get there. I'm really proud of myself with how much stuff I managed to get done. Hello, Morgana. And yeah, so I'm very hopeful that if I don't get done everything I want this year, next year I'll be able to get even. I'll be able to get on top of it and get going on it some more. Anyways, that's the hope, and that's the way life is. So, oh hey, sweetie. Yeah. Hey, there's my girl. There's the Morgana girl. Got bored of your mouse, did you? Got bored of your mouse? She's a pretty girl. Yeah. It says it cannot zoom in this mode. Head smushies for the world. Yeah, head smushies. Okay. Back with you in just a moment. Okay, so the goal is to start with the bird mast and down here and clean up all the way down here. Make a clean line down here. Hopefully Rob can mow tomorrow and tidy up here. And make it all look nice because the nasturtiums are getting big, and that's wonderful, and that kind of stuff. So yes, so all the way along here is where I'm trying to get to done tonight. I should be able to. I might not be able to trim the bushes like I want and the tree, because if the leaves and branches are touching my head at 5'3", then they're down too far. So, hey. And so yes, back at her. Okay, all done for tonight. Losing the light, and I still have a lot of cleanup to do and a few other things to do before it gets much later. So you can see I dug that up, and there's a lot of work still left in there. But as we come along here, I got this all dug out on this hidden along in here. So I can actually see those sunflowers and where the little roses like that one are, and over here this one's coming from out of here, and in there there's actually a rose bush in there. So I dug out some lilacs out of, that's why there's a big hole there, and I'm gonna transplant them where I want lilacs, and the goal at some point is to find the rose bushes in there and move lilacs around, because they're just the lilacs have completely overgrown over the rose bush. So in here, this is one I planted right here. This one right here, I transplanted that one there because I wanted to fill. There was a hole with nothing but weeds in here, and everybody walked through here, so I wanted one straight piece all the way down of hedge or something, so of garden beds. So I put the rows in there to fill the hole. So we'll be doing a little bit of work to get this lilac bush under control here, because it's like they poofed this year. And then clean up, pulled weeds all in here. So now I sort of see the edge of where I did it once before. Like you can sort of see it. It'll make it easier for Rob to mow. And then I took the big clippers and came in here and trimmed around this side of the tree, because maples love to bush. These kind of maples, whatever kind of maple this is, it likes to bush. So it grows constantly out of wherever. Like you can see right here, it's growing right there. So you do chase after them if you want them to tree. So, but I cleaned that all up in there, cleaned all the weeds out of there, weeds and grass out of here, cleaned all the grass out of there. And then around here, so I can see these rose bushes here. And a lot of this stuff right around the front here is not staying there. But it's end of July, and I'm running out of summer. So I don't know how much stuff I'm going to be able to transplant. We've been this last week under a lot of cooler weather with stuff like that in the last few days. We've had cloud and stuff. No rain. Oh, you're going to be blurry. There we go. Come back over here. But we're going back up into the 25 around in there. So, and then I got all this cleaned out here. Try not to trip over shovel. But yes, I got a lot of that all cleaned up in there. So it's nice and much tidier in there now. I can see the ginger mint right there. Oh, there's some sort of caterpillar bug that I disturbed, crawling on my leaf. It's probably going to eat the leaf, but that's okay. Hello, Bastian. And then I can see my nasturtiums right there. That's nice there. Hello, Bastian. What are you doing? What are you doing? Meow? What? 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 Yes, I love you. My sexy boy. Yeah, I love you. I love you. You're such a baby. Yeah, you're such a baby. Okay. So yes, I'm happy. I stopped it so that I could pick up Bastion. Because he wants me to hold him, I guess. And so I'm very happy with what I got done. And I'm glad that I got it tidied up. It'll make it nice and easy for Rob to go along here and mow along the street side. Still tons and tons of work. But yeah, I need to wrap this little bit up so that I can clean up. I got quite the mess along the street here, and I've got to go and plant some lilacs. Or at least get them in some water. And then I have inside stuff still to do, like dishes and tidying up. So from Bastion and I, for right this moment, we will say ta-ta for now. So this is my view now from the living room. did some rearranging, and I will be getting to that very quickly here. The big, as you can see, the big fish tank's not there anymore. And so I sit here with my laptop, and the fish are now in things like that. It's not staying like this. I want to change things up some more as we go, but this works for now. There's Cleo, the crone cat. But I just thought I would wrap up yesterday's video with a little bit of proud and grateful and happies. I'm really proud of myself and grateful and happy that I went and did all that yard work, because it does look really much nicer up front. And I'm proud and happy that I stay the course despite my pain. I have a roof over my head. That's a pretty decent roof. Meow. And I have my 5 fur kiddos. There's Morgana. Yeah. And they're all doing pretty good. And there's Mommy's pretty girl. Yeah, that's a pretty girl. So anyways, yes, I got lots of stuff to make me happy, to which I'm very grateful for. Lots of stuff to be proud about. Things that are upcoming. I've got a couple of knit projects that I'm looking forward to doing, and a crochet project. I found online some vests, V-E-S-T-S. So I'll be looking to using up more yarn. I've discovered that for me, with all the work that I'm doing this year in the yard, with that landscaping and maintenance, that I think this is not a summer for yarn projects, and nothing much else at all. It's been a large focus, and it's been good to focus on that, I must say. So, but I've got some projects for autumn and winter going into spring, because there's less yard stuff for me to do once the colder weather comes and the ground gets too hard to work and there's no plants anymore and there's just snow. So not as much work clearing paths on a constant basis. So I am looking forward to next year, though, and plugging forward with yard projects. So yes, it has been a very productive spring and summer season so far, and hoping to continue with that trend. I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. You are very appreciated, and those people that follow me regularly, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, because you're awesome. Remember, be kind, and especially be kind to yourself. And always give yourself a pat on the back when you've done a good job. So, until the next video, I hope you guys have a really good weekend.